Welcome to my channel History Coins HD. If you love discovering hidden treasures and learning about rare US coins, you're in the right place. In today's video, we'll reveal some of the most valuable coins that could be worth far more than you think. Stick around till the end, you won't want to miss what these rare gems are really worth. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel to enjoy more discoveries in future. Let's dive in. Coin number 1. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button because today, we're diving into the story of a coin that's often dismissed as ordinary, but in the right condition, it could actually be worth a fortune. We're talking about the 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin, a small piece of American history that holds more secrets than you might think. And now, this isn't just any coin. This $1 piece was the first US coin to feature a real woman instead of a symbolic female figure like Lady Liberty. That's right, Susan B. Anthony, the legendary suffragette who fought tirelessly for women's rights, became the face of this unique dollar coin. And although it had a short production run and was often misunderstood by the public, today it's become a collector's dream, especially if you happen to find the rare version we're going to talk about. Let's rewind the clock to the late 1970s. The US Mint had a problem. They needed a coin to replace the larger, heavier Eisenhower Dollar, which people weren't using much in daily transactions. So, in 1979, they released the Susan B. Anthony Dollar. It was smaller, lighter, and more practical for everyday use, or so they thought, but here's the twist: people mistook it for a quarter because of its size, color, and reeded edges. As a result, it didn't catch on, and by 1981, the coin was pulled from production for general circulation. The public may have turned away from it, but collectors? Oh, they were paying attention. The Susan B. Anthony Dollar didn't just mark a cultural moment, it also became a mystery box for coin hunters. You see, not all 1979 coins are created equal. There are different varieties, mint marks, and even rare die errors that can transform this humble dollar into something truly extraordinary. Let's break it down. The majority of these coins were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But if you take a closer look, especially at the San Francisco mint coins, you might spot a key difference in the mint mark itself. There are two versions, a filled S and a clear S. The clear S is sharper, more defined, and generally more desirable, but what really sets coin collectors on fire are the rare error versions, coins with misstrikes, double dies, or those accidentally struck with proof dies intended for collector sets. These unusual varieties can send the value of a Susan B. Anthony dollar soaring into the thousands. Now here's where it gets really exciting. Imagine finding one of these coins in your loose change, hidden in a drawer, or tucked away in a box of old collectibles. It looks like a regular dollar, but if it has just the right features, like being a 1979 P-wide rim near date or a misstruck proof coin, you could be holding something incredibly valuable. Collectors have spent years studying the details of these coins, searching for that one perfect combination that makes it special. The placement of the date, the shape of the mint mark, the sharpness of the strike, every little detail can make a massive difference. And it's not just condition, rarity plays a huge role, but let's talk about condition for a second. If you happen to have one of these coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been used in everyday transactions, it could be worth much, much more than its face value. Now add in a rare die error or a unique variety, and you're no longer looking at just a collectible. You're looking at a serious investment. These coins have sold in auctions for staggering prices. We're not just talking a few $100s or even a couple thousand. No, some rare versions of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony Dollar have reached prices that seem almost unbelievable. And yes, it's true. One particular version of this coin, under the right conditions, has been known to sell for as much as $75,000. That's right. A single dollar coin, something you might have thought was pocket change, could be worth more than a brand new luxury car. It all comes down to the rarity, the condition, and the demand among collectors. So what should you do next? Start looking. Check your old coin jars, dig through those family heirlooms, or revisit that dusty drawer in your desk. If you find a 1979 Susan B. Anthony Dollar, don't spend it just yet. Take a good look. Examine the edges, check the date spacing, inspect the mint mark, and see if it might just be one of the rare varieties. And if you're not sure what you're looking at, take it to a reputable coin dealer or get it professionally graded, because who knows, you could be holding something far more valuable than you ever imagined. Thanks for joining us on this treasure hunt. If you enjoyed this video and want more stories about coins that could change your life, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. We've got more amazing discoveries coming your way. Until next time, happy collecting, and don't forget to check your change. Coin number 2, where we uncover the hidden treasures hiding right in your pocket change. If you've ever looked at a coin and thought, it's just $1, you might want to think again, especially when that coin is a 1971 Eisenhower Dollar from the Denver Mint. Yes, that big, bold coin featuring one of America's greatest military leaders and presidents may be worth far more than you expect. In fact, if you've got the right one, you could be holding a piece of history worth a small fortune. Let's set the stage. The year is 1971. The United States Mint is preparing to honor Dwight D. Eisenhower, the five-star general who led Allied forces to victory in World War II and served as the 34th President of the United States. After the death of Eisenhower in 1969, Congress authorized a brand new dollar coin bearing his image. It would be the first U.S. dollar coin minted since 1935. And more than that, it would be the first ever to honor a real president on the dollar since the peace dollar era ended. The 1971 Eisenhower Dollar, often called the Ike dollar, was big, heavy, and patriotic. At 38.1 millimeters in diameter and weighing over 22 grams, this was a coin that demanded attention. The obverse side featured Eisenhower's profile, while the reverse displayed an image inspired by the Apollo 11 insignia, an eagle landing on the moon. It was a bold tribute, not only to Ike, but also to American achievement in space. Most of the 1971 Eisenhower dollars were minted for circulation in base metals, meaning copper nickel clad rather than silver. The Denver Mint alone produced millions of these coins, all bearing a small D mint mark. And that's where the story gets really interesting. You see, even though these coins were made in large numbers, not all of them were struck the same. Some were pressed with such precision that they have near perfect detail, coins we call high-grade uncirculated or mint state specimens. Others have unique characteristics, such as die errors, double strikes, off-center impressions, and other minting flaws that collectors absolutely love. And now, most people don't give Eisenhower dollars much thought. They're big, bulky, and not often used in everyday transactions. But for coin collectors, especially those who know what to look for, the 1971 D Eisenhower Dollar is full of surprises. One of the biggest factors that determine a coin's value is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. And very few coins survive the production process and circulation in perfect condition. A 1971 D Eisenhower Dollar graded MS65 or above is already rare. But a coin that's not only in pristine condition, but also has a unique minting error or special strike quality? Now you're talking serious value. Some 1971 D Eisenhower dollars were struck using proof dies or mistakenly pressed on silver planchets. Others were struck with incredible detail and minimal surface contact, showing exceptional luster and sharp relief. These small differences, often invisible to the untrained eye, are exactly what experts and collectors look for. So here's what you should do if you think you've got a 1971 D Eisenhower dollar. First, look for the D mint mark, just above the date. That confirms it was minted in Denver. Next, examine the coin carefully under good light. Does it have sharp detail in Eisenhower's hair and the eagle's feathers? Is the surface clean, free of scratches, and glowing with luster? If yes, it could be worth far more than face value. You might even want to get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Because once a coin is professionally certified at a high grade or confirmed to have a rare error, it can command a price that turns heads in the numismatic world. And yes, while most examples of this coin sell for modest amounts, there is one version of the 1971 D Eisenhower dollar that stunned the coin collecting community. It wasn't just in mint condition, it had the right combination of rarity, flawless strike, and collector demand. That coin, just one single dollar, sold for an unbelievable $83,000. That's right. What some people would toss in a vending machine without a second thought could be worth enough to buy a brand new luxury car or even put a down payment on a house. So take a closer look at those coins in your drawer, your old change jar, or the forgotten box in the attic. Because if you're lucky enough to own a rare 1971 D Eisenhower dollar in top condition, you might be holding something truly extraordinary. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden value of everyday coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a new video. There are more stories like this coming your way, stories that prove treasure can be hiding in plain sight. Coin number 3. Where pocket change turns into potential fortune, and every coin has a story waiting to be told. Today, we're exploring one of the most overlooked giants of American coinage, the 1972 D. Eisenhower $1 coin. It's large, it's historic, and in rare cases, it's worth an absolute fortune. Now, I know what you might be thinking. The Eisenhower Dollar? That clunky coin that nobody really used? Exactly. And that's where the story gets good. Let's rewind to the early 1970s. America was still buzzing from the success of the Apollo missions. The moon landing had inspired a whole generation, and national pride was at an all-time high. So when the United States Mint decided to introduce a new dollar coin in 1971, they wanted it to reflect that spirit. And who better to feature on the coin than Dwight D. Eisenhower, a decorated five-star general and the 34th President of the United States. The coin was bold, both in size and in symbolism. The front featured Eisenhower's portrait, while the reverse displayed a powerful image of an eagle landing on the moon, inspired by the Apollo 11 mission patch. It was a tribute to American leadership, both in war and in space. Now, the 1972 issue was the second full year of production for the Eisenhower dollar, and it came with its own quirks. Coins were struck at multiple mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and each version had subtle differences. The 1972 D, produced at the Denver Mint, is particularly fascinating. While millions were made, only a tiny number stand out from the rest, and it's these rare coins that have collectors racing to track them down. Most people don't realize this, but the Eisenhower Dollar series is full of variations. Some are obvious, while others require a magnifying glass, a trained eye, and a whole lot of patience. In the case of the 1972 D, the key is perfection, and in a few lucky cases, mistakes. You see, not all 1972 D Eisenhower dollars were struck equally. Some were made using worn or misaligned dies. Others were struck on the wrong metal planchet, or featured doubled dies, weak strikes, or unique surface characteristics. These tiny imperfections or unexpected minting errors can turn a common dollar coin into an ultra-rare collectible, and then there's the issue of condition. Most Eisenhower dollars from circulation have taken a beating. Scratches, dull finishes, and worn details are all too common. But a precious few, were preserved in mint state, untouched, uncirculated, and perfectly struck. These coins, when professionally graded, become instantly more desirable. And now let's get into the real heart of the hunt: variety types. While the 1972 Philadelphia coins are well known for having 3 different reverse varieties, the Denver version wasn't supposed to have such variations. But over the years, experts have discovered some D-mint coins with odd die characteristics that don't match the standard issue, coins that show anomalies in the eagle's feathers, in the placement of the earth, or in the strike depth. These little deviations are what send collectors into a frenzy, and here's the best part: because the 1972 D Eisenhower dollar wasn't originally considered rare, many people didn't bother to keep them in pristine condition. That makes it incredibly difficult today to find one that hasn't been worn down or tossed around in circulation. So if you do find one that's in near-perfect condition, possibly with a unique mint error, you're looking at something exceptionally rare. Picture this: a coin that once sat forgotten in a drawer. Or maybe rolled up in a bank tube, left untouched for decades. You pull it out, brush it off, and it looks special. No scratches, no dull surfaces, just bright, clean detail. The eagle on the reverse looks sharp. Eisenhower's profile is crisp. Maybe, just maybe, the coin was struck with an unusual die or on the wrong planchet. Suddenly, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding history. Collectors all around the world compete to own coins like this. And when the right one comes up for sale, fully authenticated, perfectly preserved, and showing signs of rarity, bidders are ready to go all in. Auction houses have seen it. Private dealers have seen it. And so have everyday people who once thought they were holding just a regular old coin, until it changed their lives. And yes, it's true. One such rare 1972 D Eisenhower dollar coin, in immaculate condition and verified as a highly sought-after specimen, has fetched a staggering sum in the collector's market. That unassuming coin, just $1 in face value, was sold for $80,000. Unbelievable, right? But it happened. So what should you do now? Well, grab your coin collection. Look through that old jar of change. Ask your grandparents if they saved any dollar coins. If you come across a 1972 Eisenhower dollar with a D mint mark, take a good, long look. Examine it carefully. If it looks flawless, or if you notice anything odd or unusual about the design, it might just be worth having it evaluated by a professional coin grading service, because you never know, your next trip down memory lane might lead to a hidden treasure. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next great coin story. We've got plenty more legends to uncover, and who knows? One of them might be sitting in your pocket right now. Coin number 4. We're diving into the world of the 1974 Eisenhower $1 coin, a massive, bold, and underrated piece of American currency that just might be worth a small fortune if you have the right one. So, what makes this coin so special? Let's start with a little backstory. In the early 1970s, the US Mint was looking to bring back the $1 coin in a way that felt grand, historical, and symbolic of American pride. After all, the last dollar coins, peace dollars, hadn't been minted for circulation since 1935. So when it was time to bring the dollar coin back in 1971, they didn't go small. They introduced the Eisenhower Dollar, a large, heavy coin made from copper nickel clad, named after Dwight D. Eisenhower, the legendary World War II general and 34th President of the United States. It was patriotic, powerful, and had a strong visual presence. The obverse featured a detailed portrait of Eisenhower. But it's the reverse that really tells the story. It showcases an eagle landing on the moon, clutching olive branches, inspired by the Apollo 11 mission insignia. A stunning tribute not just to a president, but to American achievement in space. It was a bold design for a bold coin. Now, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar may seem common at first glance. It was minted in large numbers at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. And most people who've come across one assume it's just a heavy coin with limited value. But here's where things get interesting, because not all 1974 Eisenhower dollars are created equal. In fact, a small number of these coins have shocked collectors by turning up with rare characteristics that make them far more valuable than their face value. We're talking about error coins, special varieties, and above all, coins in exceptional condition. So what exactly should you look for? Well, let's break it down. First, there's the mint mark. If your coin has no mint mark, it was made in Philadelphia. If it has a small d below the date, it came from the Denver Mint. Both can be valuable, but it's the condition and unusual features that change everything. Now, the condition of your coin plays a massive role in determining its worth. The grading scale for coins runs from 1 to 70, and a coin that's graded MS65 or above, meaning mint state with sharp details and few blemishes, is considered very desirable. These coins have been carefully stored, never circulated, and kept in pristine condition, but beyond that, certain 1974 Eisenhower dollars were struck with proof dies by mistake. Others were struck off-center, or have what's called a double die, where the design is accidentally stamped twice. These small minting errors can skyrocket a coin's value, especially when they occur on a large, bold coin like the Eisenhower dollar. There's even speculation that a tiny number of $1,974 were struck on leftover silver planchets from previous years, though those are exceedingly rare. These kinds of anomalies drive collectors wild, because they're not just buying a coin, they're buying a story, a mistake that wasn't supposed to happen, a one-of-a-kind piece of history. Think about it, a coin that looks like every other dollar, but has a slight error in its design. It may be overlooked by 99 out of 100 people. But that one person who knows what to look for? They could be holding onto something truly special, and here's the wild part, some people already have. Over the years, certain high-grade 1974 Eisenhower dollars have gone to auction and shocked even the most experienced collectors. Coins in nearly flawless condition, struck with rare errors, or featuring unique characteristics not seen in the general circulation, those are the coins that send bidding wars into overdrive. Now imagine this, a coin that's been sitting in a drawer, passed down through the family, or stashed away in a box since the 1970s. You pick it up, dust it off, and at first it looks like any other dollar. But then you notice the strike is unusually sharp. The surfaces gleam. Maybe the design looks a little different. Maybe you're holding something that shouldn't exist, something the mint didn't even realize had left the building. You send it in for grading. You wait, fingers crossed. And when it comes back, it's not just a dollar anymore. It's a centerpiece. It's a legacy. It's a coin that could change your life, and yes, it happened. One extremely rare and perfectly preserved 1974 Eisenhower dollar coin, struck with remarkable precision and carrying a rare feature not seen in ordinary circulation, sold to a collector for an incredible $78,000. That's right. $78,000. From a coin with a face value of just $1. So here's the takeaway: don't ignore the coins that seem too common. Don't assume size means simplicity. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar is proof that hidden value is everywhere, sometimes sitting quietly in a shoebox or waiting in the bottom of a jar. Take a close look at your collection. Check the details. Compare your coins to verified images online. And if you think you found something rare, don't hesitate to get it appraised or graded. Because you just might be holding a piece of history that's worth far more than you ever imagined. Thanks for tuning in. If you loved this video and want more deep dives into rare and valuable coins hiding in plain sight, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Until next time, keep looking, stay curious, and happy collecting.